Alabama has just passed a new Speedy Trial Act, and there's certain benefits to it, but there's also some negatives. So let's talk about it. The idea of the act is that it allows the Supreme Court to appoint either retired or visiting judges in the case of violent felonies to allow these cases to get to court and get to trial sooner. And most people see this as a good thing, given that the cases like this often are delayed for a very long time, and people don't like justice to be delayed. You know, when victims of something bad are wanting the case to go to trial, that's a problem. Now, there's another aspect to it, which is that the people who are accused of violent crimes are sitting in jail very often without bond or with a bond that they can't make, and they can languish sometimes for years waiting for a serious, maybe a capital murder or a rape or a robbery or something like that. They can sit there for years waiting for this kind of case to go to trial. And the act will enable these cases to go to trial sooner, which for some people, their only hope of getting out of jail is to win their case at trial. And certainly for the wrongly accused, it can be a benefit because, again, they can get exonerated faster if that's what's going to happen on the case. Now, there are some potential drawbacks. One of them is that the Speedy Trial Act inadvertently can lead to some potential injustices. I've seen instances where the Speedy Trial Act is used more as a sword. In other words, the state gets ready, they push forward, and the defense doesn't have as much time. You have to realize that complicated cases, serious felony cases, are often very complicated. They do take a reasonable amount of time to get ready and to adequately defend, and for that matter, to adequately prepare to prosecute. You need time, and the Speedy Trial Act can result in some injustices if you're pushing something to trial too fast. Of course, our Constitution does require a speedy trial, but there's not a specific time frame set out by the Constitution as when that is. It's not like if a certain number of days pass, you violated. Now, the federal system, of which Alabama is not, does have some guidelines. But generally, this is going to be something that most people, most of the public think is good, and both defendants and the accused, I think, are also going to benefit from it potentially, but we'll see how it works in practice. By the way, if you're in some sort of a legal jam here in North Alabama and you want our help, just give us a call. I'm attorney Andy Siegel. The phone number should be below, and I hope you find these little videos to be helpful and informative. Thank you for watching.